Are you looking for the best Fujifilm cameras? In this video we will look at some of the best Fujifilm cameras. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 5. Fujifilm X100VI. The Fujifilm X100VI is the highly popular follow-up to the highly popular Fujifilm X100VI, and if you can get your hands on one, it's the best point-and-shoot that Fujifilm offers. Using the same 40MP sensor as the Fujifilm X-T5 and Fujifilm X-H2, you can rest assured that the image quality of this camera will be excellent, but what sets the X100VI apart is its fixed lens design. It's more portable than most models in Fuji's lineup, and its built-in prime lens gives you a versatile 35mm full-frame equivalent field of view, making this a great choice for street photography. Beyond that, it's also the first X100 camera to include IBIS, which lets you shoot at slower shutter speeds and helps stabilize handheld video recording. Uniquely among the cameras listed here, it also brings back the excellent hybrid viewfinder from its predecessor, which you can toggle between a regular electronic viewfinder and an optical rangefinder with frame lines to give you a wider view of your surroundings. Though this camera isn't cheap and hard to find in stock, it's worth considering for those seeking a premium fixed-lens compact camera. Number 4. Fujifilm X-T30 II. The Fujifilm X-T30 II is among the best entry-level options in Fujifilm's lineup. It uses the same sensor found in the Fujifilm X-S20 and higher-end Fujis of its generation, like the Fujifilm X-T4, so you'll get excellent image quality straight out of the camera. The big difference here is in design. With a highly compact and lightweight body, the X-T30 II is one of the most portable camera bodies in Fuji's lineup. Unlike the X-S20, you also get dedicated exposure dials, giving you a more hands-on shooting experience that makes it a breeze to adjust settings on the fly. On top of that, its tilting screen is great for waist-level shooting. This camera is also notably cheaper than the X-S20, although its autofocus system is less reliable than newer generations of Fujifilm cameras. If you're willing to stretch your budget, the newer Fujifilm X-T50 is a step up in many ways, almost like a mini Fujifilm X-T5. It uses the same 40MP sensor, has IBIS, and offers better video specs than the X-T30 II. However, it's also significantly pricier, so the X-T30 II is still one of the best Fujifilm cameras for those on a tighter budget. Number 3. Fujifilm X-S20. The Fujifilm X-S20 is an excellent hybrid camera for intermediate shooters. It's one of the best mid-range models on the market from any brand, with a great mix of advanced photo and video features at a lower price than the cameras mentioned above. With a comfortable hand grip and a more typical PSAM dial, rather than dedicated exposure dials, it's more accessible than the Fujifilm X-T5 but more portable than the Fujifilm X-H2S, offering the best of both worlds. While it uses an older 4th-generation 26-megapixel X-Trans sensor, it still captures excellent image quality, with great dynamic range and enough resolution for most photographers. Its autofocus system does a great job tracking moving subjects, and this model has a fantastic battery life for a mirrorless camera. Plus, it has IBIS to help with handheld shooting and 4K recording at up to 60 frames per second, albeit with a slight crop. Not bad for a camera at this price point. Number 2. Fujifilm X-T5. If you're looking for the old-school shooting experience that Fujifilm is known for, turn to the X-T series, the latest of which is the Fujifilm X-T5. With a notably more compact body than the Fujifilm X-H2S and dedicated exposure dials that harken back to the days of film photography, this camera offers more of a purist photography experience for those who prefer more manual control over their exposure settings. Its 3-way tilting screen is also ideal for waist-level shots and street photos. Beneath that exterior is the same 40.2-megapixel sensor found in the Fujifilm X-H2, so you'll get stunning detail and plenty of cropping leeway. With a shallower grip, it may not be as comfortable to shoot with, particularly for those with larger hands, but it's much more portable for street shooting and travel. Though photography is the name of the game here, don't overlook the X-T5 for video, either. It has some excellent video specs, although, unlike the X-H2 and X-H2S, it lacks more advanced features like internal ProRes support. Number 1. Fujifilm X-H2S. The Fujifilm X-H2S is one of the best Fuji cameras we've tested. While this flagship model ditches the classic exposure dials and compact designs that Fujifilm is known for, it's a powerhouse camera for pros and enthusiasts. It has one of the sturdiest builds we've seen from Fujifilm, with weather sealing and excellent ergonomics. Its real standout feature, however, is a 26-megapixel APS-C sensor with a stacked design that has a remarkably fast readout speed, allowing for quicker burst shooting and minimal rolling shutter distortion. That aside, the camera's autofocus is Fuji's best yet, with plenty of subject detection modes and accurate tracking. It also has a very effective in-body image stabilization (IBIS) system and high-end video specs. That includes 6.2K open gate recording, with external RAW video output and internal Apple ProRes codecs, making this a fantastic videography camera for the price. If you don't shoot as much video or action photography, consider its sister model, the Fujifilm X-H2. Rather than using a stacked design sensor, the X-H2 has a 40.2-megapixel sensor, so it's a great choice for high-resolution portraits, landscapes, or studio photos.